All right, so the last tool we're going to use is this quick access or this quick selection tool. So it's underneath your magic wand tool here, quick selection. And the reason is because this one works off of color too. So we're going to go in here and you got this plus sign. And what's kind of cool is like you can adjust the size of the brush. So up here in the secondary toolbar, I can adjust how big it is. I can click this drop down menu and adjust how big this brush is and those kinds of things. You can also do this by actually pressing on the square brackets on your keyboard next to the P and near the backspace and enter key. If you go to the left square bracket, it's going to make it smaller, and the right square bracket is going to make it bigger. But the way that this works is you kind of start deciding what you want to add, and you can see like you have the quick selection, then you have the plus and you have the minus version, which you can also use keyboard shortcuts for that. But you can then just click and start dragging across the sand dollar, and it'll find the edges of the sand dollar based on color. So once you have that selected, you can then go ahead and move that up to the A spot. And then we're going to go down and do the same thing down here for this last shell, where we are going to use the quick selection tool. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller, and I'm going to begin to drag across it. And you'll see that color-wise, it will find the edges and select it. So you have all these great tools for selecting, including marquees, lassos, and these color selection tools to move stuff around. Now, once we get this shell up here, you'll see that we need to rotate it. So what's really cool, remember, these are all on the same layer. So when you make one change, you are going to have to make sure that you're still in your marquee, because once you're done with your marquee, you can't change it anymore. So we still got our marquee selected, but we can actually go into transform mode while having something selected. So we can hit Control T on our keyboard or go to Edit Free Transform, and we then go into transform mode. And you can see up here your secondary toolbar has changed. You've got a cancel and a keep, and you are going to go ahead and rotate this. And you can rotate, you can resize, all those kinds of things. But to rotate it, you just put your cursor outside the square of the bounding box. It'll get a little curved arrow, and then you can click and drag to begin rotating. And then you can move it around, and you can accept the transformation and then deselect this. The last challenge I have to you is to select this little bolt right here, put a copy of the bolt in each of these corners, and rotate them. And try your best. If you need to, hit Control Z to go back, because we're going to cover it in the next video.